Today we begin our annual meeting in the very room where 65 years ago, after months of negotiations, the United Nations Charter was signed by representatives of the original 50 nations. This was a dramatic step forward, expanding the rule of law among nations. And it is especially fitting that those negotiations took place here in the Veterans Memorial Building, and the signing took place here in what is called the Veterans Theater. Because before there were negotiations and before there was a signing ceremony, there were years of World War and sacrifices of millions who, like my father, fought for freedom and made these events possible. It seems that great advancements in the rule of law and human dignity often come only after struggles, and we remember that. There is a quiet field in England where the Magna Carta was signed, but before it was signed, there was a struggle between a king and those he would rule. Today, there is an ABA monument in that field. I have stood in that quiet spot and thought about what made the Magna Carta possible. I also thought about the sacrifices of the young men who flew over those same fields 700 years later and how they held off tyranny. There are many quiet fields. They are in places like Gettysburg and Arlington and Omaha Beach. They are quiet, but they are not silent. They speak to us. They remind us of the link between freedom and sacrifice and devotion. They remind us of the ongoing struggle for freedom and the rule of law and human dignity in this country and around the world. This association and its members have a role in that great struggle because we know that the test is not only in the battlefields and faraway mountaintops, but in homes and in classrooms, in offices and in courtrooms. As members of our profession, we are called upon to serve justice and to serve others. Our association must also always be at the forefront of those efforts. We should be at the tip of the spear of the profession as we seek to defend liberty and pursue justice. That is why we have so many programs to strengthen the rule of law around the world and thereby uplift human dignity. No one should be above the law, but neither should anyone be beneath it. Imagine, if you will, that freedom had a page on Facebook. If we open that page, what would we see? Who would be the friends of freedom? I believe we would see many pictures. We may see a picture of a young man landing on a beach. We may see a young African-American woman sitting on a bus and refusing to move. Both fought for freedom in their very own way. There would also be many lawyers on Freedom's page. There would be a picture of Thomas Jefferson signing the Declaration of Independence, and Abraham Lincoln honoring the devotion of those who fell at Gettysburg. There would be a picture of Thurgood Marshall arguing before the Supreme Court 32 times, and then wearing the robes of that same court. We would see pictures of Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela as they freed themselves and freed their nations. There would be many, many other pictures of lawyers we recognize, quite a few of whom are in this room today. We know that for everyone like that, there would be thousands that we wouldn't recognize. We would not know them by their names or their faces, but rather as a result of their labors. I believe that if Freedom had a Facebook page, this association, every one of its members and staff would have a place on it. There would be pictures of our thousands of volunteers who have gone to Eastern Europe and to Asia and to Africa, to Iraq, to Haiti, and the over 40 countries where ROLI sends its representatives, where the World Justice Project meets with the leaders, where Seeley projects have shared our experiences on the rule of law, access to justice, fair and impartial courts, and we have moved them and their populations toward freedom. There would be pictures of lawyers in faraway places, but there would be many much closer to home. There would be pictures of lawyers of every color, of every gender, and in every area of practice. Small firm and big firm lawyers, young lawyers, old lawyers, judges, prosecutors, and defense lawyers, all would be doing their jobs, and the rule of law would be strengthened because of it. Because when you see a lawyer doing their job, it's not just about a contract or a will or a trial. It's about someone's life, their hopes, their fears, and it's also about their dreams. When it comes down to it, the rule of law is about being treated fairly, of being provided an opportunity, of being treated with respect. And that's what members of this association help to ensure every day. And every day there are more pictures on Freedom's Facebook page because of it. And I think many of them will be of you and of me and all of those that we serve. Thank you so very much.